Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
Every player on the ice has a 10-minute misconduct, among other penalties.
I have never.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 10 Minute Misconduct. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing
We
great.
we got Sam, we got Aaron, we got an awesome guest. This is Alex Joanette. I hope I pronounced that properly. It's
Yeah, pretty good.
your first season as a River Dragon, and I definitely want to get into that. But I would love to start off with take us back to the beginning. You're from Canada, and I want to know how you got started in ice hockey in the first place.
Yeah, well, I'm from Canada, like you said, near Ottawa, so but on the Quebec side. Um, I started playing hockey when as soon as I could fit skate in my feet. Um, my dad was just like, "Hey, you're going on the pond," and put me on skate. He was playing too, so he got me into hockey as soon as possible. When I was crawling, I was just going in front of the TV and watching the game, Montreal game, and that's how it started, basically. Yeah.
Now, did your dad play any sort of professional hockey as well, or was
No,
he kind of a
no, unfortunately not. He coached a little bit like AAA or like school, like high school and stuff like that. But that's the highest he went. He had other hobbies that like motocross or that didn't turn pretty good for hockey. I'd say like that. So he had to stop. But no, he's good. He has a good IQ and he's still going. Even though he had like injuries back in 2020, something like that. But no, he never played like high level or pro, unfortunately for him. But no.
I think they might actually be watching tonight. So if you guys are out there, we wanted to say hi.
Yeah, they are probably watching. Probably have some family in the chat somewhere. No, they're really supportive from since I started playing hockey, and they're still trying to see what I'm doing. They're cheering for my team and for me too, right?
Oh, absolutely, got to support you.
Yes, yes, of course.
It's so good to see that you have such a supportive family that would want to be involved and be around it and somebody to get you into something so young. We talked a lot, obviously, already about being born in Canada and, getting skates on as soon as you could. Now, I have another friend who was born and raised around Canadian hockey, and she very oftentimes will point out to me what she sees as different between Canadian hockey and American hockey. So, can you elaborate a little bit more, as someone front and center in the game for me, on what you think the differences are in ways that Canadian born players play hockey versus the ways that American born players play hockey?
At a young age, I think it's just the knowledge of the parents that makes a huge difference. So as soon as their kid can put skates like I did at 3, 4, 5 years old, they're just on the ice and they're helping. You have probably like I'd say 35 kids on the ice, and there's 20 parents just to help with skates on, not just walking on the ice trying to handle the kid. So that makes a huge difference. I think, especially like I've seen here in Columbus, it's not something that people knows about, right? No, like there's a lot of parents that likes hockey but never played. So how can you teach your kid to play the game? Um, the yeah, how to play the game basically if you don't know about it. So that makes a huge difference. They've changed, I think, the rules this year about like icing or during like PKs in the United States because I I might be wrong, but I think like you couldn't like ice the puck when you were on a PK in the US when you were younger. We already had that the norm of the rules in NHL or whatever. I think it's just the way they do it. But after that, I don't know. Like it's just different. I don't know how to explain it, but to play it, it will be a lot. It would be a lot of just the IQ is different. The way you play it, more hit. I think at a young age, we hit a lot. But otherwise, it's not. I think it's pretty much the same. It's comparing that to the Euro side that makes it a lot different.
Yeah, we've had a couple players in the past mention the European style to the North American style is very different. I've heard that the arenas in Europe are longer or wider. I've heard that's more of a, what is it, east to west game versus like a north to south.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that?
For the Euro part, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's just we are born with skates. Our parents knows about it. If you go to France, for example, because I spent 2 years there, it's just nobody knows about hockey. They're just like cheering for their kids, but they don't know what they're cheering for. Um, it's it's as simple as like you're watching your kid or 10U play, right? And the 10U blocks a shot and the parents go crazy. But in Europe, that's not gonna happen. They'll cheer for a goal or they'll chant the entire game, but they won't cheer for like the small details because they don't know about it. Um, there's not a lot of players either, so when you make a team of 10U, there's probably some 8U in that team too. Compared to I'd say Canada, or there's gonna be like 25 kids on one team in 10U, and they're all 10 or something like that. So it makes a huge difference. I mean, just the development for younger kids, I think it's way better Canada, and also like up north in the US or where you have like a bigger structure. But otherwise, no, it makes a huge difference. You can see it, like it's it's there.
So I had two quick things before we move on. One, our chat is open, guys. If you have any questions or you want to leave some comments for Alex, feel free to do so. There's one here for you. I apologize. I do not speak French or French Canadian, so you'll have to translate if you want to. And also, I have a fun little story I wanted to ask you about. I believe back in your Pee Wee days when you were playing AAA and you weren't feeling very good, that your team, what was it?
How would you know that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
To
I
be
just
honest.
wanted to ask
Yeah.
the story. I
Oh
might have done
God.
my homework a little bit. I might have reached out to one of my billet's parents that might know your family and, got some little
Well,
details and thought that might be a fun story to talk about.
Hannah's doing the
well,
digging.
yeah. Well, I was not prepared for that one. No, but honestly, that's a good one. Um, uh, it's called Pepto Bismol. I don't know if you guys have that.
Hmm.
Yeah, you do.
The
So
pink drink.
I was in. So it's called Coupe Dutch. So basically, it's like nationals for us, in Pee Wee. But the national is just for the Quebec part, not like all the province, right? But anyways, I was not feeling great at all, like really bad, and I was like, "Ah, I can't play, but I want to play because it was like I think the semifinal or something like that. I can't remember like that much of information because I was still like young. But my coach was like, "Take this, take 2 shots of that," and I've never played a game that good. It was just a miracle. Yeah, yeah. Pepto Bismol. If you guys need something before your game because you have like your belly hurts or whatever, something's wrong, just Pepto Bismol. I think yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Well, Pepto, if you're listening, another sponsorship there, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
I
What
mean,
you got, Sam?
definitely better than some of the other stuff we've heard people taking.
Yeah, well, I won't comment on that, but yeah, no, at least it's not that big of a deal, right? Pepto
It's
Bismol, you can
legal.
take it. Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, exactly. Makes a huge difference.
The so obviously you played a lot in Canada, you played a little bit in the US, and then you played a few years in France. I'm kind of curious if that's the case. Like, how did you end up finding the FPHL? Kind of finding your way here.
So I'll go back a little bit on like juniors, right? So when I played for Fresno, when I went to Las Vegas, and I got injured, so I didn't want to play anymore. So I decided to just not play. And my girlfriend during that time, she was like, "No, you always wanted to go to Europe." So I was like, "All right, well, I'll try to find a team, any team that wants me, I'm going there. First one. Don't care if I don't get paid or anything. I'm paying for everything. I'll just go." And that's how I got there. And then after that, like I was just, oh, I want to play because the fans were crazy and only 800 fans in the stands, and it was like loud, like really loud. And then after that, decided to change team, get to a higher level in D2, and then after came back home in Quebec. This I'd say in May, April, something around that. Ask Plouffe, Loic Plouffe, how was the FPHL because he played for Columbus at the end of the year, and I went to school with him, and he was like, "It's pretty nice in the organization in Columbus. You're not ready for that because it's really good." I was like, "All right, I'll get a shot," and it just happened to like talk to the coach, and now we're here. It happened really fast, and I'm really proud to be here. It's to have that logo on my chest. It's something I'm proud of.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's the first step, and I mean, you can only limit yourself.
Yeah, it's just nice to be here in the organization. Like I said, it's just crazy. Everyone just welcomed me here. Like they know me for a long time and never met these guys. And Plouffe he's not even here. He went to I think in Havoc in the SPHL or something for training camp. So he's not even here. And like I know like all the guys now, and they're just awesome to me. It makes us like one family from day one. So nice.
I mean, that's good. Like, they really welcomed you in like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. Uh, I don't know. Like I'll answer that question that if you see on the screen, right? But no, I have not met Scorch or Torch yet. I haven't seen them. I have seen them because we had the scrimmage on Saturday, but seen them in the stands. But that's it. Them
You
yelling
scored a
at
goal
them.
in that game, didn't you?
Yeah, I scored a goal. Yeah.
See, already scoring goals, and the season hasn't even
Yeah,
started yet.
yeah, exactly. Scored a goal, and then we did like a shootouts at the end just for the fans, and then scored another goal. So yeah, no, it's real nice. Fans are nice. Goal song, everything's just it's cool.
Yeah. If I could add really quick before we move on with Aaron, Columbus actually is how I got started into being a fan in hockey. We used to be stationed at Fort Benning, and there's just something about that arena. I think you are absolutely gonna vibe with the electricity, the fans. I mean, they will literally wait for you after the game and autographs, and you won't even be able to like turn around. There's just so many people, but the love that the fans in Columbus, it is something super special. And there are a couple teams in the Fed that definitely have that, but I know, like personally, if I was playing hockey, Columbus is where I would want to call home. I've really not heard any bad things from any of the players present or the past. So I'm glad that you landed there.
No, honestly, it's really nice, and I think the way that the fans act, it's mostly because of how the team interacted with the fans before, right? They've built a nice community. Share like if you want fans in your building, you need to give something to your fans. And if it's not on the ice, it has to be at some point, like off the ice. It's like tonight we had a dinner at Applebee's. Just there's a paper and guys just put their name and they go. And they're just there for the community, and I think that's the best way to get fans and exchange with them. And that way, they're all there the entire year. They'll be in the stands and they'll cheer for you, and they'll just be there every night. You're losing, they'll be there, and that's something nice. Now I think it's the way to do stuff.
I think Columbus is definitely one of the most loyal, one of, if not the most loyal fan bases in all of the Fed. And I think if there was any team, not only because like my best friends are all Columbus fans, because I'm from upstate New York. I'm actually a Binghamton fan.
Yeah, I've seen
These
that in
guys
the
are
back.
both these guys are both Columbus fans. I'm a Bingo fan. But I think that if I didn't have Binghamton, I would definitely be wanting to keep a close eye on the Fed. And I think if I were gonna move and it was gonna be based on a Fed city, it would definitely be Columbus. I think what they've built there is beautiful. I think the fans are amazing. They come out, they show up and show out every time. And I think that, not only has the team built an amazing community, but the coaches and whatnot have been able to bring in the right players like you who value that and who can exemplify those things.
Yeah, I
But kind of
mean,
wanted to ask a little bit of a question about that. With Columbus being built so beautiful the way that it is, and it's such a wonderful situation to just walk into, what do you hope to bring to Columbus? What do you want to bring to better, not that it needs to be bettered, but what do you hope to bring to better the culture and the play in Columbus?
I think I'm a big um, in the locker room. I'm really positive. I think I bring some energy that maybe they didn't have last year. I don't know because I wasn't there, right? But I know for a fact that when I get in the room, I just check on everyone. I'm there. If they want to talk, I'm there. I know I'm young, but I still bring something like positive to that locker room. And having that energy, it just makes you want to like, hey, that guy is just happy to be here. What's going on? Like, hey, I want to be happy like him. Let's go on the ice, and then we have fun. And then that's when you want to wake up in the morning, go to the rink because you know you're gonna have fun, and that's where you're gonna perform even more. So I think that's something I will bring to that team for sure. I do interact a lot with the fans. I love that because, like I said, they give you what you give them, right? And I think it's number one. If you want fans in the stands, you need to be number one with them. You can't just with anyone. It could be like a grandma, or it could be a kid. They're still there, right? So they're putting either money or putting time. Depends if they're there for the team. They're doing like even like I talk about the booster club. It's just never had something like that, and it's crazy. Like it's really nice to have that kind of stuff here. But yeah, no, it's just I want to play for that team, and I want to go battle and go war for them. It's just they're my family. I look at the kid next to me or the guy next to me. I'm like, yeah, I want to play for you. Like, I'm not a big fighter, but if I have to, I'll just go because he's my brother. I'm just, I might I might not do a lot, but I mean, at some point I'll be there at least. So yeah, no, team player, that's for sure.
I've heard from a lot of players that being a good teammate is pretty much like the basic, most important foundation when it comes to having a solid foundation for your team. And I just think it's cool that from what I'm hearing, it already sounds like that's already what's vibing in the locker room. So we
Yeah.
have a ton of questions in the comments for you. So I definitely want to ask some of those. And right before I do, I want to say hi to my family in Chandler, Arizona. I see you guys
Yes.
watching. I love y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get started with a couple of these. It says, what would you say is your favorite part of playing hockey? And that question is from AJ.
My favorite part of playing hockey is doing something I always wanted to do. And I don't only play for me, I play for the kids because back in the days, I was that kid looking at those players, right? So that's something I'm like, oh, that's big. Like I used to be that kid. Now let's do as much as I can for him. So to make to get a dream going on in his head or something. So I think that's something I really like, and it's going. It's having a family at the end of the day too, right? I really like that about hockey. It's just guys will go to war for you. Don't care. You might not like the guy or love the guy in the locker room or out of the ice, but as soon as you step on the ice with him, it's just everything's different. You're going. So yeah, no, I think it's just something I really like about hockey. That's for sure.
So you guys, your first game's Friday against PD,
Yeah.
the Ice Cats. So they're new to the league this season. They're an expansion team, and their roster, they picked up some good people in the expansion draft. However, your roster is amazing. You have some incredible vets on the team. Do you have anybody specifically that has either kind of mentored you or someone you looked up to as you started into your pro career?
Oh yeah. Well, Underwood. I was actually
Hmm.
scared of that guy because I came down to visit. I was actually no, because here's the story. So I came down to visit for the first week of August just to step on the ice because the ice was getting back here. Um, I was like, yeah, we have vacation, let's go there. So we drove. Me and my mom and my auntie. We came down here, and yeah, when I saw him, I was like, oh, that guy's scary. Like just the way this face act because you don't know, you can't read him. And then no, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be a rough year. And then after the week we started talking a little bit, and then when I came back September 8th, we started talking even more, and I asked him some question, and we start talking and talking. I'm like, he's just there to help me. I want to improve, I want to get better every day. That's something I think he saw too, that hey man, that kid wants to get better and he wants to improve and he wants to do more and more every day. So I'll just help him. And there's also Morsey, Cotton
Hmm.
Moore on the ice. He's because Underwood is a defense, right? So I mean, we're not really in the same spot when we practice, but no, Cotton Moore, he still does a lot. Try to explain me, hey, don't do this instead, and here's why you should do it like that. He doesn't like nobody just starts screaming at you. They just do, hey, do something like that instead because of that main reason. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And now I get better because I try to do it the right way after. So no, these two guys are awesome. Babs, I mean, I know you guys are big
I love Babs.
Babs
Yep.
man, but no, everyone just welcomed me like really good here. Even the coach.
Yeah.
The equipment guy, because that's where I live at the moment, and I'll be staying here for the season too. But they're just amazing. They just want you to be comfortable, and because they know you're not with your family. I'm still like 22. I mean, still young for that league, right? So no, they're just there for me and for anyone basically. So yeah,
Before we move on to Sam, I just wanted to add, I think it's really incredible, especially the three names you mentioned. Those are three of probably the most feared guys in Columbus, whether it's from they can drop the gloves, their skill in the net, or just the fact that they can lead a team. And I just think it's really cool. It shows that some of the scariest guys on the ice can end up having like the softest hearts. And I've noticed that about a lot of people. And I even see in the comments, a lot of people have commented that you seem like a really sweet guy, a very genuine dude. And I can already tell the fans are going to be really excited to meet you
yeah.
once
Well,
that
I
puck
am.
drops at
I
home.
am. Yeah, I am too. And to go back a little bit, like on these are guys like that. I mean, you're going on the ice to do a job. At the end of the day, you need to get the win for your fans and for the organization and yourself. You're not there to play for the other team, so you're not there to have some friends on the ice. It's enemies, right?
Yeah.
Rivalries or something like that. So no, but together as a team, it's not the same. So yeah, they probably look scary, but they're not. Well, for like people around and not the opposite team though. Yeah.
The it's kind of interesting how you mentioned like the fans doing everything for the fans. You know, you only put as much, or you only, anywho, I forgot the saying. It's been a day. Uh,
Yeah.
but no, like seriously, like some of the fans I know down in Columbus, like it'll be raining, wind blowing, and fans will still be out there till, 11 o'clock, midnight, even later, just to see certain players and stuff. And
Me
yeah,
and Sam have been them, so we know.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
mean,
well, yeah, that's something I want to give back to all the fans, all the community, all the kids, all whatever, whoever they are. Just they're there for you. You gotta be there for them too. It's just how I am. I think I can't wait to meet. Well, not meet everyone because I won't. To be honest, I won't remember everyone, but just to interact with as much as people as I can.
you're definitely just your mentality, the way you are, the way you speak and stuff. I can tell you already, like you're quickly becoming a fan favorite with some of those that are watching the podcast already.
Definitely.
Some of the people that have also seen you play and stuff as well. Like you're already being talked about as a guy to watch out for, and a good manner and stuff. So I
Yeah.
definitely do think you can quickly become a fan favorite. Just your personality and just
I'm doing my best. I've learned stuff since I've played in France and even in juniors, and like hockey is like teaching us a lot of stuff. You either go in the right direction or not. But I've tried to just be myself, and like it's like even the social media. I know for some people it's a lot on the screen, but to me it's just a number. It doesn't mean anything to me. I could have 500 people following me, or can I have 17? It won't change the way I act. I will answer to everyone. Just that's how I am. Because I mean, it's just how you're supposed to live. I think just how you're supposed to be. So yeah, I'll do my best for that too. So.
I at least wanted to say like I admire that and stuff. It's amazing, still so young, and you already have that type of mentality. It's few and far between. Do you end up with something like that already, like that mature?
Yeah, well, I left home at 18. My parent always told me that I could have left at 12 if I wanted to, but we just didn't feel like going that direction at that young age. But no, it's just I think I'm mature for my age for sure. But like I said, I'm just trying to be the best player as I can and the best I don't know how to say it, but like to be the how can I say it? I'll think about it, but we can continue. I'll be back with that one, but
No, that's fair.
yeah, it's the French mine at the moment that it's going, but yeah.
I know what I'm trying to say. It's just
It's just
can't-
I don't have the translation in my head right now. It's like I'm not Google, so no.
sometimes it's really questionable.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we kind of talked about that off screen a little bit for the people who weren't fortunate enough to be in our little sound check. Is, you know, you told us and you talked to us about how English was not your first language. So I've got kind of like a three-part question here. Um, how did you learn English? Where did you pick up apparently I can't speak English either. But where did you pick up your English and where did you learn English? Because you told us earlier that like you apologized to us in advance that you know your English might not be great. And Alex, I'm telling you, you speak better English than anybody I've grown up around.
It's phenomenal. Yes.
Well, I think it's more because like I'm trying to figure out some words sometimes, like I just did, right? Translation, because my brain like thinks in French still, because I haven't been in the U.S. for long enough. But no, I mean, we have in Quebec, so there's a law, right? Well, in Canada, it's French and English. Well, it's English and French, right? Whatever you want it. But in Quebec, you need to learn at least the basics of English. So the English is actually like not the best one, but it's still pretty decent. Someone that wants to learn English will be able to have a conversation. Not the best one, but it will be able to. And also, we are. I'm from Gatineau, so basically, Gatineau is it's like near Ottawa. It's like 15 minutes away from the Parliament. You just cross the river and you're in Ontario, and everything's in English, right? So there's people that works in Ontario, well, in Ottawa, that lives in Gatineau, and so Gatineau is still English at some point. We have English school also, so you got to learn like that. And watching Netflix, music, stuff like that, it just helps, right? The English shows are always better than having someone translate it. I'd say Kevin Hart or Dwayne. I mean, it's not the same as in French, right? It don't sound the same. But and then after I went to play juniors in Fresno, and that's where I picked up a lot more of my English, and then kind of slowed down a little bit for 2 years when I went in France. I only had one guy that spoke English, and he was from Latvia, so the English was not the best either. So, but that's how I learned English, basically.
With all that being said, there are some really funny English words to me. And I feel like anytime you talk to somebody who doesn't like English wasn't their first language, there's always some funny, like, what sticks out to you about like what words with the English language really trip you up?
I
Is there
don't
any
know.
words you struggle with?
Oh yeah, there's like 1,000 of them. Basically, you just take the dictionary, you put it in front of me. I'll be like, yeah, that one, that one, that one, that one. Like I struggle with it, like probably the entire dictionary, but it's just like the basic word, or yeah, like people are typing in chat. Like I can't even pronounce what they're saying right now, but
I can't pronounce that either, if that helps.
But no, there's words I won't be able to pronounce. No, but I think I think I'm doing kind of a good job. If I don't know how to say it, I'll just try to figure out a way to say it, or just laugh it off and go to the next sentence. I mean, can't really do nothing. Like I won't spend 15 minutes to try to find a word, or like on the ice, I'll just try to figure out like something else. But
Just start
no,
pointing and yelling. Ah!
yeah, exactly, exactly. No, or no, I think it's already just I don't have word like that in my mind because it doesn't stick in my head, right? Because I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I won't just keep it in my head. But yeah, no, I've heard that unbelievable was hard for some people, especially a reporter from the NHL for the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, he had some trouble saying unbelievable. So that I think that's one word that could be hard for some people. But I think I'm fine with that one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounded perfect.
We did have a diehard Columbus fan and really good friend of the show, Eric, asked a question in here. Now that you've been in America for a little while, have you tried spam yet?
Spam?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is. Is
Don't
it
eat
like?
it.
You might want to keep it that way.
Don't eat it. It's
You
like
might
canned
just
Is
meat.
it?
It's gross.
Is it
keep it
like
that
the?
way.
Is it like the? It looks like a brick, like
Mm-hmm.
the cat food or whatever
Yes.
it is.
Pretty
Yeah, yeah,
much.
no.
Yep. Cat food
Yeah,
in a
I
can.
know. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they do that a lot in France too, and I'm not eating
Oh,
that. It just looks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm
we're
sorry,
friends
Erica.
already. I can't.
I've
I
never
just
tried it.
can't. Like I think it looks like cat food.
It
No, it's
smells like cat
gross.
food.
Yeah.
No, I just can't.
Definitely, depending on where you're at. I mean, definitely Hawaii, they do a lot of it as well. Use it for all types of meals, different ways to cook it up. So maybe it just might be the way you cook it up, or don't cook it at all. It's cat food.
Yeah, you can just not buy it.
There's a
Don't buy
lot
it.
of people that do really like it. So no hate to anybody that does. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum, but I am going to yuck the spam just a little bit. I
Yeah.
I can't get with the spam.
Since
No.
we're on the food topic, actually, we have a question. It was asked in the first season of our show, so like almost 4 years ago, and it's become a staple. We ask it every single episode. Um, have you had pineapple on pizza? And if so, how do we feel about it? Is it a
Okay,
yay or a
that
nay?
first of all, that's no. That's for sure. It's a big no. It doesn't belong
Big
there.
no.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
big no, and I just can't because like my throat reacts to it, so I just don't eat like pineapples. But no, it doesn't go there. It's like why would you put pineapple at some point? Just put like mango on it. It's like
Just to
why
see what
would you?
happens.
Just why would you? I don't understand who came up with that idea, but
Yeah, honestly, I'll have to look into the origin of that because I'm not sure.
You really
Um,
should
people are
find that.
saying like spam on pizza, but God, guys,
A little bit of spam and pineapple. You got
I'd
a
rather
whole.
just be hungry, to be honest. I'm not doing the spam thing. So I've got two quick questions. The first one is, what is on your bucket list for hockey this season? Is there something that you haven't accomplished yet that you want to, or is there something specific you want to get done like that first pro season?
honestly, just I want to win the champ like every year. I'm there for to win. I'm not there just to be there. Like I don't. If you finish second, you're the first one to lose, right?
Yeah.
You're, it's just no. I want to win. That's the entire like that's how hockey is supposed to be. If you don't want to win, you're not. You're in the wrong sport.
For sure.
Um, but no, I'm like not personal. I think I just want to be the best player I can be for myself and for the team. Try to develop myself, get better in general, and try to aim for higher league and stuff like that. But first of all, I just want to get on the ice every morning, be a better player than I was yesterday, and just be there for everyone. And then after, if everyone does 110% every day, the champ will be there. Like that's just how it is. So
I think that's a great message, actually. Pretty inspiring. I just think that's very cool that hope that there's other players, especially younger generation players that are watching that know to just not give up and give it 100 every day and you'll get where you want to get. Okay, so my next question. The Columbus locker room is rumored to be pretty lit before games with their music. They like to get really hyped before they hit the ice. Now, I know the puck is not officially dropped for the season until Friday, but do you guys have your singer yet? Because I know one year it was Taylor Swift, another season
I
Shania
honestly have
Twain.
no idea for that. Unfortunately,
Okay.
we only had a scrimmage, so yes, like we have music, but it's not the same. I think that it's gonna be uh, for pre-games or after the games or after a win. There's I have no idea for that. I am not in control. I'm not the one that will be able to say a word about it. But yeah, no, I just got into the team, and I'll just have to ride with whatever is going on. So
I'll have to check back later in the season and
yeah, yeah,
see what
I'll
you
be
guys are
able
rocking
to.
with.
Yeah, I'll be able to answer that like later in the season for sure. But no, at the moment, impossible for me to say a word about it. I just don't know. It's not I don't want to. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of jumping off that, do you have your own preference of like what you listen to get ready?
honestly, it's a roller coaster in my playlist. To be honest, there's some French music, there's some Quebec music, there's some. I have Nickelback, I have rap, I have country. It's just you just don't have opera. So
Mhm.
yeah, and I think I'll stick with that.
At least you get to pick what you vibe to at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think if the mood is not there, just skip the song and go to the next one.
Mhm. That's fair.
Yeah. No.
So
Yeah.
we talked again a little bit off camera about how you have a sponsor. Did you want to give them a shout out or talk about your stick sponsor at all and give people some insight into what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank them for everything they're doing. Trying to get better every day. So we're just trying sticks and figure out a way to make it more. Let's say, well, at our level, right? Sticks break a lot. But for U18, they'll be really good, really, really good. The price is there. It's called Stocks, so STOX. It's a company from Quebec, and they're sending me sticks. It looks pretty nice. I don't have any because I broke both of them since like 2 weeks. Like I had them for 2 weeks and they broke, but um, no, they're really amazing for that. Like something you guys need to go take a look at stocks hockey. It's it's amazing, and it's a company from Quebec. A young kid, I think he's like 20 years old. Started doing some wax, tape, scissors, water bottle, and then he went to create some sticks, and now they look pretty nice. I'd take that over some companies. I won't say any, but I think they're better. They're lighter. They're less expensive too. I think for 200 and then I think $280. Yeah, like the top of the line, like it's 360. Yeah, 360 grams. So super light for people that knows. It's almost a proto. So yeah, no, it's nice. They're sending me sticks. They're there for me, and they're if I need something done, they'll try to make it work. So yeah,
At
shout
the
out
end
to
of the
them.
episode, I can get a link, and if there's any players or anybody interested, we'll put it in the description box. That way, they can check them out.
Yeah, and I also have like a promo code if you guys want to put it there. It's
Yeah,
15% off.
yeah,
So
we can
it's
do that.
my yeah, we'll put it there. It's Jordan Joarn. So just put the code and it's 15% off. So it's like basically our taxes in Quebec, but it's better. It's better than nothing.
15% in taxes. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but at least it takes that down. So yeah, it's cool, and I'm the only one too with the sponsor. I'm the first one, and
Oh
as
wow.
of right now, I'm still the only one. So it's really nice to work with him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And also, if you guys are watching and you're not already following Alex, check him out on Instagram. I've seen some of your videos over there, and I've
Yeah.
seen some of the sticks and stuff. So definitely hit the follow button for him. And I know we're gonna start wrapping up here soon, but there's still a couple of questions. One I wanted to ask, do you have any superstitions? I know some hockey players are super superstitious, and then there's some that aren't. So tell us about that.
I don't think I have superstition, but because I don't feel like it's one. But I like to go in the stands and just look at the ice, trying to visualize a little bit of my game. Um, and after that, during like in between periods, like the locker room is way too hot in there, so I like to have my chair outside of the locker room and just sit there, just because it's way too hot in there. Even though we have fans, it doesn't work. I have to go out. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have superstition, to be honest. Um, no, I'm pretty easygoing. That's it. And I know players are playing soccer or whatever, like a soccer game in the round, but I'm so bad at it that I don't even try. So I just go do a little stretch instead, or trying to get more warmed up.
Could you talk a little bit about your game day? What's it look like from the time you wake up until you're about to hit the ice? What's your day look like?
Well, it depends, right? Because now I think we have like a morning skate this year. I'm not sure. Um, I've heard about it, but not 100% sure. But still, like if there was a morning skate, right, I'll just wake up, uh, probably bowl of like a cereal bowl, and then go to the rink like 30 minutes before everyone needs to be there. Just trying to warm up, stretch, go on the ice, go out, eat. Um, Probably eat some pasta for sure. Trying to get some glucose in my body for the game, and then just go to the game, and that's pretty much it. I don't really have, like I said, it's not superstition, and I don't really have a big routine. I'm not like, oh, I need to eat this at that time, and like it's not like that. I just do whatever I want basically, and as soon as I'm ready in my head, that's all that matters to me.
That's fair. Do you have a favorite memory of hockey so far?
Oh yeah. Well, that Pepto Bismol actually was like pretty good, but I'll take another one. Um, I didn't think about that one for a long time, but now it got me surprised. But no, yeah, we had a year. I think it's U15, right? It's called Bantam in Canada or Quebec at least, and we lost like 3 games in the entire season. That's with the tournament. That's with the playoffs and the nationals. We won the nationals. We were just a family. Like we were doing more than any other team in that league. That's for sure. Because at that age, there's no way that you have like a mandatory training. So we just ran the school, and our coach, we were doing like training, and we were running, and we were doing stuff just always with the team. And I thought at the beginning that it was a lot, and during the season until playoffs game, I was like, that's a lot, man. Why do we do that, right? And then after winning the championship and years after, I'm like, that's why. Because I still think about that year, and I would love to be back on that team for a game, just to be with the guys. It was just awesome. That year was just something I will remember for my entire life. That's for sure.
By chance, do you still speak or talk to any of the players, or at least still have a form of connection with them?
Yeah, I do. There was a guy that had leukemia, and that bonds us a little more after that too. So we still talk to each other. Of course, there's a couple of guys that are closer to each other, right? There's always like some duos or trios. Um, but personally, for being as far because I went to California, I went to France, and now I'm here in Columbus. And some guys, well, all the guys stopped playing hockey in that team, right? So they're just probably living home, and they can see each other because we're all in the same city. So I think, but yeah, when I go back home in the summer, sometimes we do like beer league hockey game and or pickup, and they're there, and we're like, oh my god, I didn't know you were here, and we just talk and talk, and then we're like, oh my god, it's like 3 a.m. We should probably go home, and then yeah, that's how it is. But no, it's amazing to be able to have because I know I can count on any of these guys. If I need something, they'll be there for me, and if they need anything, I'll be there for them. Just it's not because it's not your team right now that you can be there for them, right? So yeah, no, it's nice.
Absolutely.
Aaron, do you want to give us one more question and we can let Alex go for the night?
So we talked again off camera earlier about France and the referees. Can you
Oh,
elaborate a little bit?
good.
Because
Now
for
you
the
got me started
fans
on
that
that.
weren't there, for the fans that weren't
Yes.
there, we were just talking about the Fed, and Alex had kind of brought up referees a little bit, and I'll let him speak for the rest.
So I played USPHL, and I was like, yeah, sometimes it's not the best, right? Because they're there, right? They're there to grow the game like we are. Without them, we won't be able to play. And I thought they were like really bad in the USPHL when I was playing. And then I went to France, and the guys were telling me like, "Hey, you're not ready for that." I'm like, "It can't be that bad." I got surprised. I really got surprised. I think there's a game in my second year in France. I had 2 penalties on the face-off for tripping, just because some like a forward from the other team wanted to, I don't know, go between me and the other center, and he took my stake off, and I got a penalty for that. And then I don't know, it's just like it's just bad. And we play with the IIHF, or I don't know how to say it in English, but rules. So international ice hockey league rules. And that makes a huge difference because I had so many penalties. Like here you pass the puck, and then 1-2 seconds you can still finish the hit. Over there, as soon as they don't have the puck on their stick, the arms goes up. And I've learned that pretty quickly. After my first game, I was already at 6 minutes of penalty just for that. I was like, what is going on? But I didn't know that, right? But no, and the amount of ref that they have, it's not a lot compared to, let's say, Canada. So for even a pro, like in D3, I'd say for that, there's only 2 refs on the ice. For a D2, there's only 3. And now they started last year, I think, to have 4 refs for a D1 because there's not a lot. You have a lot of travel, and to have ref, I think you have to pay them like 500, 600 a night. So that's a lot, and you have to pay for their travel too. So refs makes pretty good money, but like they don't. It's like like I said, like everyone here in Canada, they play hockey, they know about it, they know the rules. But over there, sometimes it's just like, oh, I know how to skate, but I never like actually played that level of hockey. So let's do it as a ref instead, and that's where the problem starts. Because if you don't know the game, it's pretty hard to understand why the players are more like fighting that game. Well, probably because it's the last game of the playoff, So, but no, that's why I think they're bad. They're trying to get, they're trying to get it better. We have some Quebec refs in the NHL that now try to teach the French ref. it's a little better, but
Slowly but surely.
not yes, like slowly but surely. But yeah, it's like 1 mile per hour, so like it's really slow. But yeah,
Well, buckle up,
yeah, buckle up
get
because you're
ready, because
in
I
for a
don't know
rough
anything
ride.
about the French refs, but these Fed refs don't make sense sometimes. So just buckle up, man. It might
Yeah,
give you a run for your French money.
yeah, and I think I'm not. I think they'll be better still. And there's 4 ref too. Uh,
Yeah.
fortunately for that. But no, I think it can be that bad. I know they're changing some rules this year. Not sure. They want to implement some more NHL rule about like slashing or tripping and stuff like that. So it's gonna be nice to see. Well, I haven't played in the FP right last year, so I won't be able to tell the difference. But like the older guys, we're probably gonna play on some power play and PK a lot in the beginning of the season. But we'll see. I don't know. We don't know either, so we're just going to see.
One
Well,
punch.
I can say you have an amazing coach. Everybody in Columbus loves Boom Boom a ton, and
Yes.
I'm so excited for you that, like I said, Columbus is where you're at. The energy is going to be great. You're such a like nice, humble guy. I'm telling you, mark our words, you're going to be a fan favorite. I give it a month before everybody is like screaming your name. So,
Yeah,
I
and
just want to.
we don't play until November 14th here.
Oh,
So
at home.
it
Okay, so.
yeah, so it might take a little
Really?
more, but yeah, because I think there's like concert going on in the rink,
Mm-hmm.
like a GZ or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, they're not making the ice before that, so that's why we're hitting the road because the ice is just gonna be there on I think October 30th. So,
Abracadabra.
so yeah,
Well, I can tell you, I know the Columbus fans, they go hard. They will be watching your game, these games this weekend actually against PD on YouTube. So I
yeah.
know we'll be tuning in as well. And I wish you the best of luck. I truly appreciate you coming on. And I also wanted to ask if you could just let the office, especially Gabby and Liam, they've been really amazing to work with. And I just really want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show and let us get to know you a little better. And
Yes,
yeah,
I will definitely let them know. They're really nice people.
yeah.
They're trying to, yeah, they're just amazing. Whatever you need, just ask them and they'll do it. So yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I will send a message to them.
Okay, well,
No,
that sounds great. And thank you for coming on. And we'll definitely check back in with you like later in the season.
perfect. Sounds good. Thank you for
Okay,
having me and
thank you.
have a great night. See
You
ya.
too. Bye.
Bye. I have a joke.